Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I'm Sir from Arcades, and in this video I'm going to show you the new head-to-head build. This is like version 1.1. This include fixes and some new system like Pinball Arcade and Pinball FX3 and a few more extras. So keep watching to know how to get it and how to run it. So here we are on the new main folder of the build, and this is not an update. This is an entire new build. I will make an update if people want it, but honestly this is not too huge of a build, so it's better to scratch the last one and download this one if you want to know how to transfer your config files that you already did for your controllers. You can ask me on Discord. I will teach you how to do that. It's very easy. So let's get into this new build and let's see what extras does it have. Okay, so the first thing that you will notice is that now we have a different type of launchers here on the main folder, and this will each launch the build in a different way. So you can launch, for example, you can launch the low end, light low end. This will be with the system that were previously on the build, that is one player, two player arcade, and Pinball FX2 only. So then you have the light theme and the origin theme, but with all the pinballs and all the game extras. Once you launch any of these, this will also launch the build, but when you have this configured, you can launch only this one and it will run your latest configuration. But if you want to run the pinball arcade in your build, you will have to set up the pinball arcade separately. So I leave here this exe. This will automatically copy the needed files to the correct place and launch the pinball arcade configuration utility. So here you will have to configure your play field. So you will have to go to display DirectX 11 tab, and here you'll have to put your screen resolution but in portrait. So to do that, you will have to screen configuration and check your screen resolution, and mine is 1920 by 1080, which is on landscape right now, but Pinball Arcade launches in portrait, so you will have to introduce those values in the opposite way. So 1080 will be the width and 1920 will be the height. The rest you can crack this up or not, doesn't matter. If your PC can handle it, you can put these values to the top, and that's all. Window mode must be in full screen. If it's on window, it will work bad and probably crash. So that's all for this part of the configuration. You click done and that's all. Okay, now to launch the build, you will have to select whatever you want to launch it according to what you want. This will launch the build with the light theme and the low end stuff, like only arcade games without the Naomi and Atomic Wave, and with Pinball FX2 only. And these other two will launch the build with all the pinball and extras, but one is with the original theme and one is with the light theme. So if you launch this, for example, you will have all the stuff. I will not test one player mode because everyone knows that already. I I will test one 2-player game of the new games are in here, and let's try Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because I'm a huge fan of this. And I want to clarify while this launch, to run these games in cocktail mode, you will need at least a decent iGPU or a semi-old decent GPU, dedicated GPU. Uh, what this does uses a shader that runs on Vulkan or DirectX 11. So to launch these games, you will need at least at 1030 or something around that, and or a new iGPU. I don't know which ones will run it decently, but I test this on a RX 5 no RX 260, I think, with 2 gigs DDR5, and runs great, at 1030 and runs great. Okay, this runs great. Let's get out of here and test some pinball. First of all, now to go back to the main menu, you will press B instead of Y. I changed that because of ease of use. Okay, so let's test a Pinball FX3 table, and I will show you what I did with this. All the tables are normal except for the Williams tables. You will see Williams and Bally tables. You will see that each table is twice. Because what I did here was to implement the launch of the classic mode for each table also. So if you launch it like this, you will have the normal Pinball FX3 table with all the graphical improves of this, and with the Pinball FX3 physics. But if you launch this one, you will have the classic physics. You can still enable or disable the graphical Pinball FX3 improvements in game, but you will still have the classic physics of the original table, or at least as close as they could emulate that. So as you can see, there's no animations on the screen or anything, because this launches like in classic mode with the classical graphics. But if you press B on the Xbox controller, it will activate the Pinball FX3 animation. As you can see, the pirate on the left side, and the chest here on the right side, and a bunch of pirates on the top moving, and all those disappear when you press the B. It's really cool, and I never thought I will enable this, but it's really cool. So those are the improvements that I made for this build to launch Pinball FX3, so you can enjoy all the tables in both modes. Okay, let's go back. Let's test some Pinball Arcade now. When you launch a table in Pinball Arcade, the first time you launch the table, it will may or may not show up as a black screen. If you have a black screen and you hear only the sound, just exit with escape and launch it again, and that's it. It will launch properly and you will see everything. This is a Pinball Arcade configuration issue just the first time you launch a table, and it will happen only one time and one time only, and then you are set. So I think that's all for now. I hope you all enjoy the build, and I will go back now to the main menu and show you uh, the rest of the settings. So here we are back on the main folder, and if you go here in settings, you will have now a few settings to enable a shutdown button for Windows or the front end, and you will have to enable this option. You will have to double click on here, and if you want to the same action will close the front end or shut down Windows depending on which of these you run. So I will choose this close front end, and now when I launch the build, you will see the option here, and this will close the front end. So we are here again on the main folder, and I want to just say a couple of things more if you want to listen to me in this video. This is not related to this build in particular, and if you want to shut down the video here, you can do that. What I want to say first of all is thanks to everyone who watches these videos, and whoever give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Very thankful for them. But first of all, I want to clarify that what I do here is not a front end per se. What I do is a configuration, a layout, a way to launch a particular front end, which is RetroFE. The front end of this build is RetroFE. It's not head-to-head, it's not arcades, it's not coin-ops, it's not anything else, it's RetroFE. And to prove that, you can remove the folder from here, and this will not launch, because the front end, which is here, are all the libraries of the front end, and here you can have the application, which is RetroFE. That's the front end of this build. And I want to say thanks to the people who made that front end, and for that I have here the main web of the front end, and here is the about page if you want to take a look, if you want to make a donation to them. In here you have I think this is the person who keeps updating I don't know if he's the main creator of the front end, but he's the one who keeps updating, and he keeps adding features to the front end. So huge thanks to him and whoever else made this front end. So I think that's all now. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, it helps a lot, and all the links to know how to get these builds, and if you want to support the channel, are in the description. Thanks for watching.